No time for a pity party, 'cause I got things to do. Not about to let the negative nonsense work me through and through. I'm fearfully, wonderfully made, got the stuff to stand the test. Just gotta keep pushing, have faith, and do my best. Hey, keep moving. Grace and peace. This is Stacia Hobdy, and you're watching Fade to Black. Today's show, I'll be focusing on a new artist segment. There are a lot of artists that are in the tri-state area that are absolutely wonderful and that I intend on bringing to you over a series of 2 shows. Today's show, I have the fortune and I'm so excited to have 2 personal friends come onto the show that are wonderful, wonderful artists. One is T. Alicia Rogers, and the other is Mike Markman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Stacia. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I'm so excited that I finally got both of you on the show. This has been quite a while now that it's been taken for us to be able to fit it into our schedules.
Yes, it has.
And I'm really, really glad that you both can be able to come out and share with us and the audience your wonderful artwork. So I'd like to start with Tora. T. Alicia, please tell us a little bit about some things that you've been working on. I understand that you've just completed a wonderful collection of poetry, and
yes.
I'd love to hear a little bit about that, and of course, tell the audience a bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm T. Alicia. That is my pen name, T. Alicia Rogers. Stacy knows me as Tora Rogers from many years ago. I have recently published a collection of poetry. I have been writing for quite a few years, and I recently got the push from a dear friend of mine to actually publish. And I did take a few and I put them in my first book. It's a very small collection. It's called The Journey Begins, and it basically has a few of my writings in it that have mostly poetry of coping, of dealing with life events, happy things, sad things, struggle things, and just writing helped me to deal with them and get it out on paper. I have also had one of my classmates' daughters read one, and she asked her mom, what is she trying to say? And it actually helped open a dialogue between a mother and a daughter to talk about some of the things that come along in life and how you deal with it. And it's been a great experience for them and myself as well.
Well, wonderful. So it sounds like this collection of works is very near and dear to you.
Yes,
in other words, it's a very personal work.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I can't leave you here and not be able to introduce the audience to Mike as well. So Mike, if you'd be so kind as to tell us a little bit about what it is you've been currently working on. And I understand that you've also written a wonderful children's book, and I'd love for us to be able to hold up your work and show that also. So tell us a little bit about it. You have it somewhere right here, right? Let's see. It's called The Path.
Yeah, the book is called The Path, An Adventure in African History. And it's about a little boy who likes heroes and goes back into ancient Africa in a dream. And he meets ancestors from the past who teach him different principles of leadership. And he comes back with a whole newfound knowledge. And this is one thing that I do. I have a company called Markman Designs, and that is a combination of graphic design, illustration, and fine art. The main emphasis on the company is to promote positive, uplifting works of art. What I try to do is counter a lot of the negative images that we see in society with my work. I was lucky enough to be blessed with a mother who's an artist, who's a very positive and spiritual person. So that's sort of manifested in everything I do. And it comes out with my art, whether I'm writing a book. And I'm also a teacher, so I try to promote art and spirituality everywhere I go. And these are a couple of pieces of my work right here. This is called Blues Keys. It's a jazz-inspired piece. My work moves from abstract to realism to surrealism to spiritual. And that's another piece called Flower Girl. And it was a painting I did of my daughter. It actually has another name called The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Okay. Because she was 2, and Prince had a song at one time called The Most Beautiful Girl in the World.
Yes, he did.
And there was a line in there that said, "His face is soft as a flower." So I said, why not paint that picture of her? So I do a lot of different things, and it's all focused on the way I see the world, the way I want my world to be.
Okay, well, it's pretty amazing work. I'm sure that the audience would also agree. I think what I'm looking at and that I'm admiring most is that, again, these are extremely personal works, but they're very educational. They kind of jump off of the easel to you as being very personal, but very spiritual as well. And that one in particular of your daughter, I think is just really phenomenal. And I'm very excited for you about this book, and the reason why I say that is because I actually love children's books and well-illustrated books. And I think that they're amazing educational tools for our youth, and in particular African-American kids, because they're very visual. Right. And they love to be able to associate a lesson or a story with something that, is pictures and will stay in mind. So anytime I see a book like this, I'm excited myself because I used to make it a point to read on a daily basis to my children when they were younger, and they each had their own collection of illustration books, and that's how they really got it and took a definite interest in reading. So I'm really excited. This looks like a very informative as well as imaginative book, and I'm sure that it'll do really well. Now, on a personal level, how long have you been actually doing your artwork now?
You want the whole story?
Right at the beginning. How much time?
I gotta start on my mother's wall. My big Superman mural that I did with a crayon when I was about 2. And this is why I'm an artist, because my mother didn't freak out. She's always encouraged me. She never threw away anything I ever did. So when she saw that, she was like, wow, this is wonderful, Michael, but you need to do it on paper.
So you actually did do it on the wall?
Oh, I did the whole wall. It was Superman. I was proud of it, too. My father freaked out, though. But my mother was calm. And she encouraged me to be an artist. As a child, I was very ill. I had asthma and bronchitis. So I couldn't go outside and play and do a lot of things a lot of other children did. So art was my world. And I've never left that world. It's been my safe haven. It's helped keep me sane. And I've tried to help other people experience the joy of art through my work. I went to music in high school, like yourself, which is now, and also you, which is now LaGuardia School of the Arts.
Yeah, what's the complete name of it now? It's Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and the Performing Arts.
Too long. It was easier for us when it was
M&A. Say M&A. That's right, and it will always be M&A. That's right.
Then I went to SVA, a School of Visual Arts.
Okay.
And, then I started dabbling into the illustration field, doing editorial illustration for Nation Magazine, WBAI, and children's book was something that happened because I was trying to break into the children's book industry as an illustrator.
Okay.
And an art director suggested to me that I write a children's book or illustrate another children's book. So I didn't want to do Snow White. It's already been done.
Right.
And I've always been lucky enough to be around people who emphasize true history and history from an Afrocentric perspective. Okay. So I'm an educator as well, I'm a teacher, and I felt there was a need to have a book that taught children of all colors the positive influences of African American children all over the world. We know about Martin Luther King, about Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, but we don't know about Mansa Musa. Right. We don't know, these are not household names. We don't know about Hannibal the Warrior. Right. Other people do that. Right. We don't know about Imhotep, even though he is in the oath that the doctors recite. These are some of the people that I wanted our children to be familiar with. And what happened was I sent that around, and publishing company, A&B Books, liked it and they published it. Yeah.
That is
I
wonderful.
was blessed.
Indeed you are. And Tora, tell us how your road and your journey started with getting this work completed, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, yours is self-published.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. My dear friend, I used to write on my own, and I had a little scrapbook that I would write in. And then I got onto a social networking site, and someone took notice of one of the poems that I put up in my little notes page, and they said, "Are you a teacher?" "No, I'm not. I am just expressing something that I'm going through at the moment. Is there more?" And I said, "Yes, can I see?" So I started putting them out, and then slowly but surely, some of my other friends started reading, because they would pop up when, on your page.
Right.
And then I started hearing, "Publish. Are you copywriting this?" "Publish. Are you copywriting this?" So I said, "Well, no, but, da-da-da." And then my dear friend, he says, "Well, look, publish your stuff. Take a few of the ones that mean the most to you. Go to this site. It's free. It sets up templates for you. All you have to do is put in what you want to write." And I copied and pasted, and the product is "The Journey Begins," and all the photography in it is mine, so I wouldn't have to go with anyone and ask for permission to use it in my book. So that's the other thing that I like to do, take pictures, and mostly skyscapes and water and other things like that. So I took a few of them and I put them together, and I put it out there, and so many of my classmates have purchased, and I've gotten wonderful, wonderful reviews from them, and they're asking for more. So I'm really excited about that. And my next one is going to be titled "The Journey Continues." And I have another one of my photos as the main, and this is going to be a little bit more. It's going to have about 150 of them. I have a lot.
Okay.
I have a lot, and it's every time I think about doing this, I still get heart palpitations like standing up on stage on an audition day. But it's a good thing, because it's a positive move in a positive direction, and I feel really good about it.
Well, it's always very exciting to embark upon a new project. Me being an artist myself, and a songwriter as well as a writer, like I said, there's a book in me also that I'm currently working on. But it's always very exciting when you start a project, you're not really certain as to where you're going with it. But when you put a little bit of it out there, and you get such a wonderful and positive response, it's very, very encouraging. And of course, it allows, I think, your personal best to start to really just emanate. And once the pen starts going, or your brush starts going, it's there. It's in the air, and it's ready to do its thing. It's ready to take flight. So I can see it over both of your faces that, there's a great sense of accomplishment, and a great sense of, desire to continue in the paths in which you're taking now, and most important, that you're bringing things to an audience, like I said, that's very personal, but it's not to the standpoint where you can't appreciate it. So many people do a lot of things that are personal, and they're just that, that they're personal, and we can approach it or have our own opinions about it that are very subject to interpretation, and for you guys, it seems as though, you've really been able to put pen to paper or brush to canvas, so that it's an emotion and it's a feeling that, everyone can kind of tap into when they see that artwork. I mean, I know that, like I said, this jumps right off the page to me. Obviously, your daughter's a beautiful young lady, but it's just the emotion that comes from that when I take a look at it, and the love that was put into it, and it's an emotion that comes from it, and to me that's true artwork, in any shape, form, or capacity. So, like I said, I'm very, very excited for the both of you, and I would love it if you could tell the audience, starting with you, Mike, a couple of places, a couple of exhibits, things that you've been working on, and some new projects that we can, look forward to seeing from you. If you have any upcoming shows, of course.
Sure.
And I'm sure everybody would love to hear about that. And definitely through the summer months, we'd love to be able to get out and see some collections of yours. So if you share that with us.
Can I do one thing first to segue into something you said? Because you made me think of something.
Certainly can.
You tapped into something. One of the greatest joys, I think, of being an artist is people's reaction to your work. Being a visual artist, and I'm sure a poet to a certain extent because you're a writer, you're alone when you work. And sometimes that can be a lonely process. Mm. But when you're an artist and you're out in the public, like when I'm at an exhibit or vending, and people react to my work in a certain way, it moves me. It motivates me to work more because it's passion. It's like fuel. Okay. Like there was one piece I did called Chi. It's a signature piece of it's a surrealistic piece of a person in space rising up, and it's sort of my piece that represents what I'm trying to do in life. Just rise up above everything and soar and become more enlightened. A brother saw this piece and he liked it a lot, and he went into an event and he said, "I'm going to come back. I have an idea for you." So I was intrigued. I was like, "An idea for me? For my work? What's up with that?" So he comes back out and he said, "I'm buying this print and this print." I had another piece called "Don't Mess With Me," which is about a woman, and she's, a typical woman who has sort of an attitude of "don't mess with me," I'm in charge, hands on her hip, and there's all kind of electric lights coming around. It's sort of surrealistic too. He said, "I want you to combine these two pieces and make a love piece." I'm like, this guy's directing me to do my work. But then as he talked, I got excited because he gave me a great idea, and that idea manifested itself into a piece called Celestial Embrace, which is actually the figure of the brother Chi with the sister Don't Mess With Me, and their embrace in space. And when they embrace, it's like the beginning of the universe, the beginning of life. Now, I wish I would have thought of that on my own. I really did.
So you can't take credit for it, but you can't take the credit.
But, I mean, that was still a beautiful thing to me because it was a connection. Right. So I just say that as an artist, that's what we look for. I mean, money is of course, valuable. We have to pay our mortgage and our rent. Right. But the greatest gift for me as an artist, and I'm sure as a writer, is touching people, moving people. So I just wanted to say that because you made me think of that. I got just two events coming up. I have an event in Jersey City, New Jersey at the Liberty House restaurant, which is in Liberty Park. It's going to be August 6th, and it's going to be between 3 and 8 p.m. And I'm going to be the featured artist there. I'll have my work in the garden. They have a local artist once a month in their garden. It's a really nice restaurant. Okay. You do not have to eat in the restaurant to participate in the event that I'm going to be in. I'll have my work there, and I'll have prints, and the park is beautiful. It's a really lovely park. There's a view of all New York City right there. So it's a nice event. That's August 6th. Okay. I'm also a curator for Creole Music and Supper Club. Okay. I don't have dates at this point, but I can say that the artist that's there now is Lynn Presley. She'll be there till the end of July. And then there will be Roosevelt Taylor, very, very good artist, up and coming artist. And then after that, Natalie and Lean. So for the next 3 months between now and September, we'll have 3 different artists. And if you go to my website, markmandesigns.net, I will have that information for you. And you can also always catch me at Facebook, Michael Markman.
Okay, great. So everything will all be posted there.
Yes, everything's going to be posted.
With the actual individual dates for Creole.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And Tia Alicia?
Oh, boy. Well, I don't have any book signings scheduled, but I do want to mention that I did start a website, and it launched on July 10th. It's called Views of Greatness.
Yay.
And it pretty much embodies the music and art experience, because what it is, it looks at people who have inspired me in many ways, in writing, in art, in music, in actions, to bring out the greatness in all of us. Because what Maya Angelou contributed, what Langston Hughes contributed, what Beethoven contributed, what all of these people contributed to the mainstream of life that not everybody looks at, is something that needs to be brought to attention. And I have on that page different segments. One is perspective, and that's something that I get content from anywhere about. I might put some poetry that I've written, a thought for the day, something that I read that's important, someone I encountered in life, like Dr. Michael Carrera with the Children's Aid Society and what he's done for pregnancy prevention in New York City. It's phenomenal, the things that he's done for children at risk. And he changed that to Children of Promise, because everybody has the potential to do such great things. They just need the opportunity, the direction to get there. I have him highlighted. I have Dr. Freudenberg, someone I worked with in college, some of the things that he's done to help with the integration of our incarcerated young people back into society so that they don't become institutionalized. I have him highlighted under one of my pages. I also have a segment called Spotlight. And Spotlight is where I find great joy in. Recently, my debut launch with my site, I highlighted Joyce Ewell. And I've pulled her bio together. I've gotten videos of her performing. I've gotten clips of her singing, just to highlight one of these wonderful people that we don't know about. She's over in Italy performing, and she's doing a beautiful job. And I'm doing this every week. There's a new artist, and it doesn't have to be music. It can be art. It can be poetry. It can be. Do that.
Yes.
You are scheduled. Stacy's scheduled as well.
Okay. You got to get in there too.
Yes, she is. I believe you're scheduled for the third week of August to be highlighted.
Okay.
So I kind of mix it up between canvas, sculpture, performance, dance, whatever I find, either with the people that I know who I network with, or what I find on the internet, someone who I just happen to come across. I like to spotlight them, and I do ask permission before I will take any content. This week coming up, I have a gentleman from Chicago, Mark Madsen. He does like big bands, Frank Sinatra kind of music, and I adore that stuff. So he's going to be my next artist coming up. Views of Greatness also has a section called Inner Workings, and that's all my poetry. However it comes up, however it comes through, that's kind of free-flowing, so whatever's there is there. And it's pretty much things that people can read and go, huh, wow, and think about. I also have a section for books, things that I've read, and since I have another book that I can look through, read, and I'll post, I will do that as well. And it's a work in progress, and it's ongoing. And the last piece on there is about me. I have a whole list on this, tabs and links on the side, things to do in New York, things to do in Dallas. I'm looking for other places to go and just do scenes and see where people can eat, have a good time, but it's all about exposure to things that are positive influences in life. And so far so good. I've gotten some pretty good feedback on it, and like I said, it's a new website. It's launched, and I'm competing with 20 billion other websites out there. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's well put out, and I think that Views of Greatness is just that, a view of greatness.
Okay, well, it sounds like it's very well put together, like you said, and very diverse, and a little bit of something for everyone, for all different types of styles and tastes, and that's generally what people are looking for now on their websites. I'm in the process of having to rebuild mine as well, and I think this time around I'll probably be doing a little bit of the same, in terms of just being a little more broad scoped with what you're actually bringing to your audiences. So yeah, that sounds like that's definitely a great path that you both are taking in terms of your careers as well as your artwork. And I just want to just segue here a little bit and say that, you know, we've all mentioned that we are graduates of Music and Art High School. I think other friends of mine from other walks of life think that I'm like one of the strangest people ever, and that I still keep in contact with a number of my friends from high school. And yeah, it's fam. It will always be fam. And the wonderful thing about it is that we can go to each other's engagements because we're all so very supportive of one another's, you know, different events and things. And it's quite amazing that we can just pick up where we left off at. Like, it's never like anybody's personality or anybody's, you know, egos are any different from when we were kids. And I think that's just the funniest thing and such a blessing and such a really, really unique thing. And people really can't say
they don't understand. I have one friend and she said, well, why do you drive so far? And I said, well, let me explain it to you this way. This is not your regular high school. X amount of students throughout the entire city try out for X amount of places in freshman year. We all know what it feels like to go through that process, whether it's singing, dancing, someone looking at your portfolio. You know, the ability to handle being in that spotlight for the first time when you're 13, 14 years old.
Right.
And to rise through the occasion, through all your nervousness and your jitters, and support what you're saying, bringing, playing, dancing, performing, and be accepted. And be accepted into this new second home, this new second family, is an amazing thing. It's like you say, you can go away and come back and you pick up where you left off, just like you would do a cousin you haven't seen in a long time and you played together when you were kids.
That's right, and be embraced for life. I just went to a reunion, I won't say what year, but we had such a great time because we met at the new school, which I believe is in Lincoln Center, and then we took a bus ride up to the old school on 135th and Convent, and that's what really touched everyone. Just being in that building again, being around people and the memories. And then we went out, we hung out, we just didn't want to leave each other. It was like we couldn't let go at that time. And that's something that is rare in life. Because there's a lot of people you want to let go of.
That's right.
There's a lot of things you want to let go of. But that school and those experiences, none of us wanted to let go of that because it empowered us. So.
It's a really special, it's a special connection we all have with each other, and it doesn't matter what year.
That's it. It's supportive, I think, more so than anything else. Wherever we've gone, what other careers we've actually pursued, that unit, for some reason or another, and especially, of course, with the aid of Facebook. That's my Facebook plug. With the aid of Facebook has just made it a really enriching and a wonderful experience for all of us, because I remember just being so excited when all of you just started jumping in, like, hey, when I pressed the button, and I'm like, hey,
find people instantly, right? Like,
hey, you know,
except when they send the old pictures of you. That's the only problem.
Well, yeah, we go there with the old picture thing. You will go there, and there's one, you know, with the ponytails and the, you know, and the, but I'm saying that it is a unique bond, and it's one that I can honestly say, even after going to a music college, the bond just isn't quite the same. I mean, of course, I still have, you know, my good college friends, but to the extent that we all keep in contact and we all come out and support each other, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm talking, you know, it's broad scope now because of the connections that we can have via the internet. I'm speaking to my friends in Japan. Like you said, we're talking to Joyce in Italy. We're talking in Germany. And, you know, and it is incredible because everyone still remembers everybody. And it's, you know, it's family, like we said. And I think that this community of artists I'm emphasizing you guys as new artists, but I know you to be artists for many, many years and continuously working and honing on your craft. So I applaud you both. I'm so very, very excited to see that everybody is pursuing, what they set out in life to do. And even sometimes when life makes us take some detours and we have to, stop what we're doing to address family and to address, just life, to get over the hurdles and the things that we have to do. It's really, really encouraging and exciting to be in the presence of my friends that no matter what, they just kind of took a little sidestep or have to stop, adjust, and regroup, and they just keep on with their thing. And it is exciting, of course, to see everyone get to the ends of their rainbows or embark upon their rainbows. So once again, I want to thank you both for coming on the show and sharing your wonderful talents with us. And again, Tora, I'm going to start with you. Let everybody know where they can find your works on the website.
My book's available on lulu.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. The easiest, because there's a lot of The Journey Begins out there, the easiest thing to do is to search by the author, Alicia Rogers.
Okay.
And then you'll see my book come up.
Okay.
And Lulu.com, it's just the name is The Journey Begins.
Okay, wonderful. And Mike?
Well, the best way to connect with my book or the events that I'm doing is markanddesigns.net. I'm also on Facebook. The book can be purchased at A&B Books, which is located in Brooklyn, and also, I believe, Amazon.com.
Wonderful. So we'll be looking forward to, seeing all the great new things that the both of you will be doing in the future. We'll definitely make an emphasis for our audience to come out and support when they are in the area. And again, I'd just like to let you all know that, art is an extension of who and what the actual artist is, but it is a complete joy and blessing when someone can extend to you a portion of themselves that usually evokes an emotion within the viewer or the listener that sometimes can be life-altering and changing. So I encourage everyone to be supporters of fine arts whenever they can, whenever they have the opportunity, and of course come out and support your local entertainers in the tri-state area. Live music is alive, doing extremely well, but it can't continue to do that without people such as yourself supporting it, as well as artists, fine artists such as Mike and Tia Alicia, who are wonderful, wonderful artists. We all need the support. So we encourage all of you to come out and to really enjoy a lot of events that'll be taking place within the tri-state area this summer. Once again, this is Stacia Hobdy, and you've been watching Fade to Black. In all things, I wish you grace and peace and happiness, and in all things, keep it moving.
No time for a pity party, 'cause I got things to do. Not about to let the negative nonsense work me through and through.